Okay guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a very basic theme for the LG View in Adobe Flash. Now what you're going to need is Adobe Flash. I'm using Adobe Flash CS5. You don't have to use that, that's just what I have. Now first you're going to need to open up Adobe Flash. You're going to need to create a new one in ActionScript 2.0. Now, mine's already set to 240 by 400 pixels, but yours probably will not, so you're going to need to modify it. Go to Modify, Document, type in 240 by 400, hit OK. Now I'm going to go to Timeline, and we're going to rename our first layer to Background. We're going to select that first layer, and we're going to go to File, Import, Import to Stage, and select our background. Now we're going to lock this layer so that it can't be modified while you're making our other layers. Now you're going to need to create a new layer and name it Icons. Now if you already have your icons, just import them to the stage as we did earlier, but I'm going to be showing you how to make your icons inside Adobe Flash. So you're going to want to select the rectangle tool, and let's just draw out our icons. You may have noticed this is the same thing you saw right before I clicked it off at the beginning of the video. That's because I've made 5 recording attempts at this, and all of them don't work. I'm trying a new software, I hope it works. Alright, so after you got your icons, you're going to want to click on them. And normally you can hit F8, but I can't since I'm using a recording software. It'll pause my playback. Well, maybe I can. Yeah, I can with this software. Alright, you're going to want to select Button, and make sure your registration is into the middle. And you're going to want to do that for all of them. Now that we have our buttons made, you want to double click your newly made buttons to go into them and edit them. Now you're going to want to hold Alt, click it on the hit up frame and drag it over to the hit frame. Oh, forgot to give it a hit area. With your hit frame selected, you're going to want to select your rectangle tool again and just give it a hit area. Normally I use mask to make my themes, but since this is a very basic one, I'm not going to go into that process. So you're going to want to repeat that. Alt, click it. Oops. Alt, click it. Drag it over to hit. Give it a hit area. Go back to our main timeline. Just do that again. Alright, now that we have our buttons made, let's code them. You're going to want to select your button, go to Actions button, Actions, and you're going to want to add this code to it. What this code does is it opens up the dial pad. So add it to our next button. And let's say you don't want it to open up the dial pad. So you would open this. This is the README PDF that came with EIP. Demonic Hawk was nice enough to add the codes for our buttons, so thank you, Demonic Hawk. That's a big, huge help. And he added them for all 3 phone types. The CU915, the CU920, and the CU915. Well, I'm just going to do this for the CU920. Now let's say you want this one to open up your messaging. So you find that code line, right there it is, and you find the ID. ID equals message. Don't use this one. Use the message one, the ID one. So the ID is message, so we need to replace this with message. And LOC LOC equals 1, 4, so you're gonna want to replace this with 1, 4. And let's say you want this one to open up music. ATT music. ID equals AT_T_T music. So AT_T_music. And the LOC is 2, 5. So you want to replace this with 2, 5. And now that we have our buttons coded, so when you hit this one, dial pad will open. When you hit this one, message will open. When you hit this one, music will open. Now we need to go back to our timeline, create a new layer, name it Actions, and select the first frame of the action layer. Go to Actions over here, and you're going to want to add this code. This code is going to stop our default menu popping up. Now when I say default menu, I mean the little icon dock bar at the bottom with the 4 icons on it, and then the big square middle one thingy majigger, you know, in the middle of it with all the other buttons. It stops that from popping up. You're also going to want to add this code. What this code does is it makes the buttons work on our phone. So whatever layer you put your buttons on, you need to add this to it. That's pretty much it. Now when you go to publish, when you go to save it, you want to go to publish settings. Make sure you select Flash Player 2.1, ActionScript 2.0, and publish it. Oops, probably didn't publish that to my desktop. Alright, now that you got it, delete these real quick. Now, just rename it to whatever you want your theme to be. And then you're going to create your new folder. And whatever you name that, whatever you named your SWF theme file, name the folder that. So this one's Untitled 2. So you would add your SWF to the file, the folder. So everything's working. There's our buttons. You can see my little skeleton hands moving back and forth when it's not on that. And then you would just add this to your phone, and don't forget to add the new line to your theme list tag. Thank you, and I hope this helped people out.